So why do we now have these dozens coming over here claiming to be refugees? President Trump is calling this process racial persecution. He also says there's race-based genocide in South Africa because of this law. What's your response to that?
It's entirely fallacious. There is no data to back up the claim that there is a white genocide underway in South Africa. Last year, in the first 9 months, there were 19,000 murders, of which only 50 took place on farms. And most of the data shows that less than 10% of the murders on farms were of white landowners. The vast majority of those murders were of poor Black farm workers. So, there is this narrative. It's not the first time it has been promoted. South African right-wing organizations are very well networked with similar organizations in the US, in Australia, in parts of Europe, and have promoted this idea that white Afrikaners are subject to persecution. As you can see from the images scrolling right now, these are people who are mostly middle class or lower middle class, who have not had their lives directly threatened. It's in many cases, in many senses, what is happening here is an existing privileged group within South Africa is claiming a need for asylum status in the US. It's become the laughingstock of South Africa. Online memes are going mad about it. South Africa is actually the most unequal society in the world, in which the vast majority of the poor who suffer the most violence are Black. And so what is being done here is so at odds with reality on the ground. What some observers in South Africa have said is that this has got to do actually with other things. It's got to do with geopolitics. It's got to do with South Africa's role in the BRICS and in the International Court of Justice case on Gaza. And it has to do with the performance of the US, which has closed its borders to many people who are facing violent persecution in their home countries, wars, and so on, and instead privileging a small group of relatively well-off white people from South Africa who are arguing that any move towards transformation constitutes discrimination. So it's most unfortunate. It's making South Africa look bad. But also, I have to say, many South Africans say, if they don't want to be part of a racially integrated society, let them go.
All right, Professor Ruth Hall, we appreciate your time today.